Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of Kudlow. We're covering Joe Biden's big government socialism State of the Union failure. I'm Larry Kudlow. So tonight, Mr. Biden gives his first official State of the Union speech. Of course, he's not going to agree, but to my way of thinking, his woke big government socialist agenda is on trial. He ran as a moderate, but he's governed as a Bernie Sanders AOC radical leftist. Across the board, whether it's the attack on fossil fuels, or energy independence, or open borders, or massive inflationary spending, or tax hikes, or record regulatory red tape increases, or record crime rates, or critical race theory divisions in our schools and almost every place else, all this emphasis on gender and race rather than merit, health mandates that have become hated, a catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan, bungled diplomacy leading from behind in Ukraine. I believe Mr. Biden's so-called transformational agenda has been completely rejected by America. That's right, completely rejected. Common sense folks around the country are simply not buying what Mr. Biden has been selling. Now, the great news is that even in Congress, his agenda has failed. Save America, kill the bill. I'm not all that big on polls, but even yesterday, a liberal poll from CBS YouGov, 2,238 adults, not even registered voters and certainly not likely voters, but it still showed Mr. Biden underwater in every key category. His approval rating on Russia-Ukraine crisis, 41%. On crime, 39%. On the economy, 38%. On immigration, 37%. On inflation, 30%. Now, frankly, all the polls, whether they're liberal or conservative or center or what, they all show the same results. Americans reject Biden's radical transformational agenda. Now, of course, Mr. Biden could pivot this evening towards a much more reasonable, moderate set of policies. There was an opening to do that a couple of months ago around the end of last year, but he wouldn't do it. Frankly, I don't expect any changes from him tonight. It's too bad because, like all folks, I worry about the future of America. But I think Biden's going to stay on his radical, leftist, progressive course. The fiscal state of our union is completely broken, and consequently, the inflation problem is getting worse, not better. Instead of an all-the-above energy policy, the left-wing Green New Deal climate crowd insists on abolishing fossil fuels, and they offer no alternative roadmap for the future. It's a catastrophic policy. It will devastate jobs in the economy, and it will make inflation vastly worse. You'll hear President Biden try to pitch his Green New Deal and his Build Back Broke programs again tonight. And then he'll probably be shocked next week when the polls show him plunging even more. Americans do not want it. Nor do Americans want an all-powerful, centrally planned regulatory state that really is reminiscent of Friedrich Hayek's Road to Serfdom. Remember that? Instead, I think most folks believe in free enterprise capitalism, and they know that a good job is the best welfare plan of all. They also know that free markets and free enterprise has created greater economic opportunities than any other system in history. And most folks will leave socialism to Vladimir Putin, or Xi Jinping, or Venezuela's Maduro, or the Iranian mullahs, or North Korea's Kim Jong-un. Leave it to them. Biden has tried to transform a country that does not want to be transformed. Improvements? Well, sure. Growthier reforms? Absolutely. Freedom from oppressive taxes and regulations? Yeah. More power to the states and less to Washington, D.C.? Absolutely, yes. But big government socialism? No way. Now, I'll tell you this. I'm proud of all the American folks. I mean, think of it. If Biden were at 65% in the polls, I'd be very worried. At 30%, not so much. I'll just end this. Save America. The cavalry is coming.